Hello. Now, when you're looking at investing in real estate in a place like Montenegro, of course, one of the key questions is what location, like what areas do you want to consider? So in this video, I'm going to walk you through our process, which was on three main criteria. Number one, things to do and proximity to activities, touristic attractions. Number two, sunshine. And number three, of course, price. I'm going to take you a bit through the different areas we considered, some overlooking the beautiful Adriatic Sea, just with the open views, or over the incredible Bay of Kotor, some of the old towns like Kotor or Perast with the little restaurants right over the water, or some of the really modern developments. You have Porto Montenegro, Porto Novi. So I'm going to take you a bit on a tour, and at the end I'm going to tell you which locations we selected and why. I hope you enjoy it, so let's go and let's jump in. Here we go. We are on a journey to find real estate deals in places of utmost beauty. Entry-priced luxury properties that are undervalued or deliver high short-term rental revenue. What we call Blue Vista properties. We've bought, sold, renovated or leased high-end properties or land in stunning locations around the world. Come with us as we explore new locations, develop new projects, explain our methodology, and share the learnings along our journey. All right, hello. So let's jump in and click on and pull up Google Maps. All right, here we go. So just to get you situated, you have Montenegro here with the mountains in the north, some of the beautiful ski resorts and hiking here in the north, and the incredible coastline. So you have right here Podgorica Airport, the capital, and then we're going to focus in this video on the coastline. So we're really going to be looking at along here, along the bay, okay? Along the Bay of Kotor, sorry, and the open Adriatic, okay? And we said there was three criteria. So we're gonna look at, as we go and explore, and I take a bit of tour of different locations and share some videos of what it looks like, I'm going to focus on the three criteria. The number one is things to do. So it has a very big impact. Now we're looking at investing to retire, right? So of course it's important for us, what are the activities we like doing? We like going to restaurants, we like sporting activities, etc. So what activities are important for us, but also, since we'll be doing some short-term rental, very important to consider, for the renters, how much is there to do close by, okay? And then, how far is it to airports? That's very important, so you can get to the location. The second one I'm going to cover as I take you a bit on a tour and we go and explore and dig in is going to be sunshine. Big impact, in the winter you have some locations that are really below the mountain, get very dark and cold. And finally, of course, we'll speak a bit about prices as I take you on the tour, because there's very big differences in prices depending on where you're looking at. So if you're ready, let's jump in. So we narrowed it down based on all those criteria. I'm going to tell you down to two areas. The first one is here. You can see the Bay of Kotor. It's like triangle-shaped bay, really beautiful with and the mountains coming down. And the second area is the Budva Riviera along here. So I'm first going to dive into this area in the Bay of Kotor. So, why the Bay of Kotor was one of the areas we decided to select in? Well, you have just some of the biggest attractions in Montenegro, some of the most beautiful places in this area. So right here, if I go and I just kind of click around here, you'll see there's the town of Kotor. And Kotor is this old, fortress city with walled city, and it's just, you have these giant cliffs around. If I can try to show a bit here, like just you can see incredible cliff line just coming straight down to the city in the water. So if you have, that's a key location. And then if you go up this little coastline and wrap around, you have a beautiful old city right here of Perast. And Perast is just incredible. It's like an old fishing village. You can't drive the cars inside. You can only park them and walk in. And it's a UNESCO heritage location. You're south facing, overlooking the water. It's really absolutely beautiful. So that is one area that, was one of the reasons we're looking at Sorry for the zooming in, zooming out in the Bay of Kotor. So if we continue along and try to see, okay, what do we have? So you have all along this coastline, like this is now south facing, and here in Perost you have beautiful little restaurants on the water serving fresh seafood, having drinks, so nice. But along here you have little areas to swim, little villages, and it's a nice, two-way lane road that goes along some beautiful houses. So this we considered was a very interesting coastline. Now, one of the downsides was prices were higher. So along here, it's a bit more developed and you have some higher prices. So the next location, and we spoke quite a bit about this, is in some prior videos, Porto, Montenegro. Now, if I click in here on Porto, Montenegro, you can see here, this was three billionaires that together decided to develop. It was previously, it was a military base, and they developed it here. You can see here the mega yachts, and they have restaurants over the water, beautiful colors, little bars, cafes, so nice development. And this is something really nice to have within driving distance. So if you're 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 15 minutes away, it's a nice place to be able to go to if you want some of the more modern amenities, more luxurious amenities. So and it's right close to, so this is Tivat, right? Right close to Tivat Airport. So some of the area, if I just kind of click here and show you, right up here is Kavac. Now, there's some nice areas and lots and houses. Now, some places are not as steep and you're a bit further from the water, but there's some nice areas. This is also south facing, overlooking the water. So this is an area we considered. And then if we keep working our way around, well, we're gonna go and see here. If we zoom out a little bit, you have the Lustica Peninsula, okay? So the Lustica Peninsula is this whole peninsula here, and if you've seen our other videos, an area really considered. And the first location that we looked at was here is Krasici. So Krasici is, not that far to the airport, 20 minutes, drive to Porto Montenegro, 25 minutes to Kotor, and there's some nice opportunities. We're starting to see along here some really modern homes being built. It's a little bit more chaotic than the coastline up here from Perost to Kotor, which is, I would say, a bit more manicured. Here it used to be summer holiday homes people built, so there's a little bit, it's a small road, I imagine it get pretty busy, but if you zoom in, you have still some areas in here, you can buy some beautiful plots very close overlooking the water. So this is really one area interesting. Now, it is not south facing per se, but because it's not that sloped and the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, you're actually okay. Just you have the sun in the back of you, so that's that's something to consider. And then as you drive up, and we've walked you through this, you have up here Zabrze, and this is really beautiful because you have overlooking the Bay of Kotor. So you really have that kind of feeling of overlooking the water, and at night you'll have just the beautiful, the lights all along in the mountains, and in the winter, you'll see snow up above, so really stunning. And then you have some locations along the Lustica Peninsula on this side, with open Adriatic. And we also have here the Lustica Bay, so you see here, this is another modern development. You can see, and they're planning on some golf course development here. There's, restaurants, hotels. So you can really see some of the new developments. And again, from places like Krasici, very close. So all this area, if you look at it, is really close driving distance. So we really considered all of these areas along here in terms of good, interesting areas to invest in. And then what you have is the other side here, which is the Herceg Novi coastline right now. One of the advantages of the Herceg Novi coastline, it's a big coastline, and we found that you had some amazing deals up above, some really low price. There's a lot of options here in terms of houses, apartments, or land to build that is really at interesting price levels. And if you, now Herceg Novi itself, you have the old town. If you walk, just like cobbled streets, stone houses, some nice little churches, you know, cafes on the plaza. It's really nice. And then all along the water here, if I kind of zoom in, and you have roads that go all along, and you have just like little areas to swim, little cafes. Now it's a little bit more chaotic along here, but you know, it's nice to have that kind of authentic feel. So this coastline here, Novi, now one of the big advantage of this whole coastline is it's full south facing. So you'll have amazing sunlight. So this is very interesting. And now Herceg Novi is also interesting because of its proximity to Dubrovnik Airport. Now, currently in the summer, it can be a nightmare to go through the border, but in the future, when Montenegro joins the EU, it'll be amazing because Dubrovnik is by far the busiest airport of all the airports. If you really want to consider access, you're about 45 minutes away, so that's really amazing. So if we kind of work our way along the coastline here, and you know, you can drive all along, some really nice options. You kind of drive around. Now, one of the things to consider is there is no bridge here. So if you want to go across from Herceg Novi to the Porto Montenegro Tivat airport side, you need to take a ferry. Now the ferries run all the time, but in the summer that can be a little bit of a hindrance if you're flying into Tivat. And I just want to point out here, and I did a quick video on this, I don't know if you've seen it, but Porto Novi, the resort right in here with the D Marine Marina, beautiful marina, also with yachts, you know, restaurants, little boutique villas, a beach club here, beautiful. You can just book a, you know, you can reserve, you don't have to be part of the resort, you can reserve a long chair in the summer, go for, you know, for some lunch, have a drink, so really nice. So if you're on this side, on the Herceg Novi side, and you want something a little bit more modern, you have that. And in our experience, some of the areas along here felt a little bit more run down, to be honest, and a little bit, some of the buildings, a bit more chaotic. So, and because of the having to take the ferry, in fact, we decided we preferred to look across from the, you know, the this whole area from Cavac, Porto Montenegro, Tivat, Krasici, Zabrze, Lustica Peninsula, and also, you know, Peras along here, although the prices were high. Now, if you wrap around here, and you'll find some great deals in this area, and first of all, Morinj, and here Risan, right? Great options, however, be careful. This gets dark. The sun, because of the mountains around, so you have a lot of shade, and in our experience in the winter, you know, temperatures drop. We really didn't want to be in possibly an area where you don't have that much sun. And the same thing applies to over here. You have a little town called Muo, and we saw a beautiful lot of land, you know, 85,000 euros, very close to the town of Kotor. But again, this north facing with these steep cliffs, you're going to have a bit of a problem into winter. So I hope that gives you a bit of an idea of, you know, the areas to consider. And now you can see with all the little dots, it gives you a real good sense of, you know, the Bay of Kotor. And we ended up narrowing it down to saying we're looking from, you know, Peras to Kotor. And to be honest, like, you go into real estate, what we've found is, how to say, the prices haven't really, they haven't stabilized at the future prices. So you still have prices that are really set from prices from the past and some for the future. What do I mean? Like in Peras, we saw a house for sale, okay? 3-bedroom house, you know, stone, beautiful, 2 little terraces, you know, 350,000 euros. A similar, not so nice house was going for like 800. Now, UNESCO Center, 5 minutes to the water, all the restaurants, 350,000 euro, that's a steal. So you can still find some amazing deals. Now, we were looking for a lot and to be able to build a very modern architectural home. So we really considered, and along this coastline here, there isn't that much lots left for sale. And that's why we really concentrated, you know, from Cavac across Krasici to Zabrze is the areas we looked at. So that was the first overall area. Then let's move to the second one. So here you have the Budva criteria. Riviera. And along the Budva coast, you have some amazing options. Now, the town of Budva is a bit chaotic, it's a bit built on top of each other. You can tell the building code, you know, in the when it boomed wasn't the best. But, you know, if you like bars, restaurants happening, now it can get busy in the summer. Got a lot of people. The beaches can be pretty packed, but you have along here. So here you have Rajfajlovici. This is where we stayed. If you saw one of the videos, I'm on a rooftop talking from the little apartment that was right here. You have, of course, the beautiful Sveti Stefan, which is a key tourist attraction. And then along this coastline, you have some location like up here, Blizi Kuche. We saw some beautiful lots overlooking the water, and or down here into Petrovac. The nice advantage of this coastline is it's just, if you want that open Adriatic Sea feeling, that big expanse, well, this is perfect. And you do find some very good deals still, so it's worth, but I'm pretty sure the prices are gonna go up like crazy. So, this is how we determined the areas we were interested in investing, and we decided also, just because of sake of time, we didn't go all the way down to Bar and further down. We wanted to be closer to the Bay of Kotor. So even if we were in the Budva area, you could still, this is just a 30-minute drive. Distances are small. That's what you forget. Like, from Tivat down to Budva is 30 minutes. Like, so if you're in Krasici, you can go to Kotor in 25 minutes, go to Porto, Montenegro in 25, go down to Budva in 30, or the other way around. So very interesting in terms of, just the proximity of everything. So I hope this helps, as if you're interested in investing in Montenegro, really our experience has been phenomenal. Very, very, very happy about what we were able to find. We covered it in some other videos. We going on a tour, looking at lots, and then the lots that we selected to buy. And in some future videos, we'll be sharing with you, the project as it progresses, and the architectural plans. Just got them back. They're beautiful, really amazing. So, super excited. And in a future video, we'll cover a little bit more in the north, right? Like, so now we're focusing on the coastline, but up in the north in the mountains, just went on a tour, mountain biking, just lakes, just the colors were incredible. Kolašin is a beautiful ski resort. So, and this is about what, 3-hour drive up from here, and in the future from Podgorica Airport up to Kolašin with, this big giant highway they're building will be even faster. So some great options and some really low prices per square meter. You can buy some big plots of land up there. Super interesting. So I hope you enjoyed this video. A lot more to come. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you're going to follow us. Make sure you click the like button, subscribe to the channel. A lot more to come. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you in a future video. Thank you.